We partnered with Citibank and with Citi and MasterCard to create a really great experience for our customers. And it's the exact same reason we're here today. And Citi and MasterCard joined with us again in this effort, along with GoGo and Pebble, Concurrent, and a long list of other sponsors to, again, leverage really smart, creative developers and entrepreneurs to improve the customer experience. So really glad you guys all support that. In the first hack, I counted 21 teams that competed, that demoed something after, what we have, 36 some odd hours to put something together. And it was the 4 top teams who placed in that event that we invited back today. And I'm going to run through each of them while Phil is counting and recounting our votes. The first is, and this is no particular order other than I think this is the order in which we showed them to customers, or the most customers saw them. The first is in-flight social. And again, for our customers who fly an awful lot, I'm sure they've had the same experience I've had where, I'm always surprised at how often I bump into people on flights that I know. In fact, last summer I took my kids to Mount Rushmore and ran into one of my good friends who lives about 5 miles down the street from me in South Dakota. There's not many people there, but it's just amazing. And rather than just have those incidental contacts, what could you do to manage them, to manage around them and decide not only your immediate network, but your extended network? And that's what in-flight social app allows you to do. Combining your networks with proximity, with the physical world. The second one that customers saw was Us Too. When I'm flying home, not always when I'm leaving, but when I'm coming home, oftentimes as soon as I'm seated on the aircraft, I'll text my wife and let her know I'm on my way, or increasingly because my kids are more likely to respond to me, I'll text my kids. And then when I land, I text again and say, is there anything I need to pick up on the way home? Where are you guys? Should I go home or should I go straight to the soccer field or the ballet recital or wherever it is, whatever it is I'm missing in life at that moment? Where am I supposed to go? Well, Us Too is an app that allows travelers to do all those things automatically. Using iBeacons to recognize where along your journey you are, and then automatically trigger those messages to loved ones who are monitoring your progress or interested in your whereabouts. And I think this is really interesting, not only for a broad kind of social, other people keeping tabs on you, but if you think about, in our case, young teenagers who travel alone in the airline business, what we refer to as UMs, or unaccompanied minors. That's a heart-wrenching moment when a parent lets loose of a teenager to go fly by themselves for the first time, or an elderly parent, increasingly a problem, the little help they might have. In my case, the other person I text whenever I land is my administrative assistant. Let my admin know where I am. Give me a debrief. Who's waiting on a return phone call? What fires are burning? And this is an app that has extensions that can manage those relationships for me. Let people know where I am. The next one was Furry Flyers, and I think I can describe this one in case the title doesn't remind you enough already. I think I can describe this one really easily. It's that people love to know when their pizza is going to be delivered. Right, when Domino's changed that a couple of years ago to where you could track and see that Bob's got your order and he's putting it in the oven now, they got a lift in sales. That people really like to see when their pizza is going to be delivered. How much more important or interested might they be then in knowing when their 4-legged family member is going to arrive? And not just that they're arrived, but that they're in good shape, that their health is good, that everything looks good. So I think there's a lot of value in keeping track of that, because the odds of something going wrong with your pet are small. But when it happens, it's a really big deal. That's traumatic. And so the ability to give that level of confidence to a customer, to let them know that everything is okay, is a really powerful tool. Good feedback. And then proximity signage. We did a little discussion in flight, and then upon arrival, customers were able to all view the sign and see how that works. One of the things I really like about the solution is it takes our pre-existing, or all the infrastructure we already have in the airports and we've invested in, allows us to make it better. And doing so by, I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing the word personalization, but it is powerful. A couple of years ago, I guess it was more than a couple of years ago. It was a long time ago, I guess. But the first time I was connecting through China, I had never been in this particular airport before, and I was changing airlines. I really didn't have any idea of what to expect. Fortunately, I was traveling with a bigwig from the airline, and so somebody met us at the plane. As we got off the airplane, Barbie met me and walked us through customs immigration, took us into the club, then took us and we changed airlines, took us to the other airline, walked us on board. It was an awesome experience. It made not knowing what to expect, Barbie was fantastic. Well, there aren't enough Barbies to go around. That's really not scalable. I can't do that for everyone. You just can't do it. Well, proximity signage would allow you to do that. And again, there's several use cases, which we saw today, but just something as easy as wayfinding, to be able to personalize all this pre-existing digital signage in an airport and navigate or help somebody navigate their way through. I also want to, before I hand the mic over to Brian, I want to thank our customers again. They spent a lot of time with us in flight, I think more time than we had probably led them to believe or committed them to, and their feedback is really valuable. We appreciate both the time they spent, their business day in, day out, and their willingness to guide and direct our business. So please give me a hand of applause for our customers. Thank you.